Eight shocking and interesting facts about famed producer, writer, and director Ryan Murphy. This article has been written by Chelsea Black. Ryan Murphy is a famed producer, writer, and director, best known for television hits such as American Horror Story, Glee, and much, much more.
So I'm going to begin my introduction by saying Dana Walden is a true lifesaver.
Ryan has gained a large following over the years for his part in the creation of the unique television shows and movies that he continues to impressively bring to life, sometimes working on several projects at a time. He has changed what modern television looks like in many ways, including his inclusion of underrepresented and marginalized characters throughout many of the projects and works he has had a hand in over the years. His desire to bring representation through his storytelling has ultimately had a hand in his enormous success, as people tend to respect and enjoy stories that they might see a glimpse of themselves in.
Well, I sort of feel that if you're not writing about women or gender or race, you're not writing.
Though he has become a well-known producer, writer, and director over the years, there are still many shocking and interesting facts that people may not be aware of. Do you think he went to college for screenwriting, or that he always knew he would be creating some of the best shows in modern television history? Keep reading to find out. He studied journalism at Indiana University, Bloomington. Being a big-time producer was not always what Ryan Murphy foresaw his future to look like one day. Instead, he attended Indiana University, Bloomington and studied journalism, ultimately graduating and landing internships and jobs at places like the Washington Post, the Miami Herald, Los Angeles Times, and more.
Yeah, like, okay, well, it's going to be small and it's going to be niche, and that's what LGBTQ stuff is, and just be prepared. And I always said, that's not true.
His experience as a journalist ultimately sparked his interest in screenwriting, and the rest would be history as his writing began to gather interest in the film and television industry. Music is one of his passions. As a child, Ryan Murphy was part of a choir where he would be able to express himself through music at a young age. He was also a part of a vocal ensemble, singing Hoosiers while attending Indiana University, Bloomington. Ryan's passion for music and his experience as a member of a college vocal ensemble would ultimately reflect in his producing and writing as one of his most popular television shows, Glee.
There's just a hunger for an illumination of the other, and the other has been trying to burst out.
Married with children. Did you know Ryan had children and was married? Ryan Murphy is known for his enjoying his privacy and keeping his personal life a little bit more to himself, which should definitely be respected. He has shared with the world, though, that he is married to David Miller, a photographer, and how they share 3 children, with their most recent child's expectancy being announced last year by Ryan. His first Emmy. Ryan Murphy's first nomination for an Emmy would happen in 2004 for outstanding directing for a drama series for his series Nip Tuck, which was also an extremely popular show, by the way.
The thing I learned from it is the stronger your point of view is, the more people relate to it. And the more I felt I kept pushing it, the bigger it got.
It was not until they would release the pilot for Glee that he would win his first Emmy of his career, signifying the growth and success that was bound to come from Ryan in future years. He has since won a variety of other awards for his part in television shows and movies. Yes, Ryan Murphy makes movies. Most people probably mostly know about Ryan's various television shows, but did you know he also created many popular movies? Some movies that come to mind are Eat, Pray, Love, which starred Julia Roberts, Glee, the 3D concert movie, and more.
I'm in love. I'm having a relationship with my pizza. You look like you're breaking up with the pizza. What's the matter?
His documentaries, often tied to his deal with Netflix, are also worth checking out, as, of course, Ryan's ability to tell a story is always unmatched, which also makes these documentaries even better. Several projects at a time. With Ryan Murphy's immense demand from streaming services and big-name platforms to be a part of projects and create new content, it is no surprise that he has been known to work on several projects at a time.
The hardest thing in the world now is, opportunity. And a lot of times you don't get opportunity because you don't have the experience.
He is constantly being asked or coming up with unique ideas, which ultimately leads to a high workload for the producer. Just right now, Ryan Murphy currently has a plethora of television series and projects that he is currently working on. But who truly knows the total amount, as he could also be working on the beginnings of unannounced projects as well. His fictional work brings lights to real-life issues. This may not be so much a shocking fact, but rather an analysis of Ryan Murphy's previous works. But it is seemingly true that Ryan often brings issues into his fictional works that reflect the current climate of the world.
So the question is, well, how do you break the rules? You break the rules with the talent you bring up, and you break the rules by how you're telling those stories.
This feature, as a part of his storytelling, often is an easy way to bring more attention to issues that are happening in the world, to demographics that may not be realizing the issues that are present around them. It is a fascinating but effective way for Ryan to bring awareness to issues that he is passionate about. Steven Spielberg paid him for a script. In his early years of screenwriting, Ryan wrote Why Can't I Be Audrey Hepburn, which ultimately led to Steven Spielberg buying the script from Ryan. The script was never used, but it has been said by Ryan that the movie is going to feature upcoming actresses at one point before the project was cancelled.
You know, how do you keep them in the story? Because the story is alive when you're watching it, you know? It feels like a living creature to me.
Hopefully one day we will get to see the script come to life. Ryan Murphy is a groundbreaker. Overall, it is without a doubt that Ryan Murphy has changed the television and film industry for the better through his inclusiveness, awareness, and above all, that helps bring attention to real-life issues and offers representation where it is often missing. Ryan Murphy continues to change and shape the industry, and I cannot wait to see what he will come up with next.
It's been a really interesting project because it's a basic tenet of human behavior, to want to be loved and to want to be understood.
For now, I will be excitedly waiting for his upcoming project, the upcoming season of American Horror Story, starring Sarah Paulson, Evan Peters, and Lily Rabe. Ryan Murphy is also working on other new projects, one of them being Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, starring Evan Peters.